Hello and welcome back to the tutorial. This is the third chapter where we're going to be talking about editing the files in the Corel. Okay, so let's start. Once we have our version of Corel open up, we can go through File, Open, and let's find the file we're going to be using. Here's the one. So once it opens up, again, you will see all the technical information here. Now, because it is a CorelDRAW file, we have two different pages. We have the front and the back on different pages. And what I'm going to do before I start working with them, I'm going to turn off all the marks and info pages. Oh, by the way, this is the Object Manager, and you can find the Object Manager, or if you're used to working with Illustrator, the Layers Manager, in the window, Dockers, and unfortunately you don't see here on the screen, but the second item is Object Manager. You just click on it, it will open up. Okay, now we have our file opened up. We have all the document fonts, all the document colors in here. If you don't see the document colors, go to Window, Color Palettes, and choose the document palette. Make sure it's checked on. And besides the document palette, I'm going to open up the standard CMYK palette in order to work the file and edit the colors if I need to. Okay? So that will be the basic stuff we need for our file. The one more thing we're going to be opening up is the text panels. We need a character, and we're going to open up the paragraph formatting, and you can see all of them in here. Okay, so let's start with editing the colors. Now, as you can see, all the images here, all the colors in here are also in our color palette. Now, the easiest way to change all the colors is to go to Edit, Find and Replace, and we're going to go to Replace Object. Now, once this window opens up, we'll choose Replace Color. We're going to find the color we want to choose. We can either use the palette, so we can just click on it, or we can go to the document palette. You can find it in here. You can choose the color you wish to change, click OK, and then find the color you want to replace it with. Like, let's make this magenta. It will replace the colors once used as fills. We're going to apply to the fountain files, we're going to apply to color pattern files, and to the monochrome bitmaps. We're going to go Finish. New file opens up, and we're just going to click Replace All. All the colors, all the cyan have been changed into magenta, and we're going to just flip to the next page and just do Replace All at the same time. Now, as you can see, the cyan in the gradients has also been replaced. It works almost the same way that global colors work in Adobe Illustrator. Now, let's say we want to change the second color. We're going to go to Edit, Find and Replace, Replace Objects. Do the same thing here. Just in this case, I'm going to choose directly from here, and I'm going to make my own color. I'm going to make magenta darker. Choose this one, go to Finish, and do the same thing all over again. Okay? Now, this is the easiest and the fastest way to change all the colors in your Corel template. You can also choose elements, and if you want to change the color scheme, naturally you can choose element by element and change the colors independently. But if you just wish to adapt your template to your business colors, this is the best way of doing it. Now when it comes to the fonts, sometimes it skips and misses some of them, so there you're going to have to change some of them by hand, but it probably is going to be just a couple of lines here and there. Okay, now let's move to the text editing. Same as all the other versions, there are two ways of editing your text. Let's just open up the character formatting. So you can either click on the text you wish to change twice and then just type in your company name, or you can choose the text tool and then just simply now once we have that, we can select the text we want to change. Let's say this is the one, and let's do the same change with it in the previous tutorial. We're gonna make this one narrow and bold. Now here we have a couple of options. You can make it all small caps or all caps. I'm gonna do that. And you can change the paragraph formatting, whether you want it to be center, top. You can here change the spacing and all the different stuff. Now, also, the text here has been created through paragraphs, so you don't have to retype the entire text. All you have to do is copy and paste, and if there is more text or less text, you can then adjust your paragraphs based on it, and that will be it. Next thing we're going to talk about is editing the images. Unfortunately, unlike the Illustrator, these images are not linked, so we'll have to change each and one of them by hand. Now the way to do that is you select the image. Okay, let's select this one so we can see. Go to this image, go to Effects, Power Clip, and then Edit Contents. Once you do, you can see where the frame is going to cut off. You can see the placeholder. So what we're going to do is go to Import, select the image, we're going to import it here. Now, if you just click on the image, it's going to get huge. Now, that's not a problem because of course you can size it, but that's kind of a hassle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to go to Import. I'm going to select that image again, and instead of just clicking on it, I'm going to click and drag. As you can see, it stays proportional, but it sizes it to the size you need. You place it the way you want, and then once you're done, you go finish editing this level, and you have your template back on. Now you'll have to do all of this with your images, and basically that's it. When it comes to saving the file, again, save the unedited file with all the fonts. I'm gonna save it, say, or just put here edit to know this is the file that I can still edit, that I can change the fonts, change the images, etc. But if you wish to send it to the printer, I highly suggest that you select all the text in your file, right click, and convert to curves. Okay, so there are no mistakes when it comes to printing the file. There is no chance that any of your text might end up in wrong font, etc. I'll save this file as print. Okay, again, once you're saving the file, this is the 15, CorelDRAW 15. When you're saving your file, make sure you save it in a version that your printer can open up. And that's it. I'll see you in the next chapter where we'll be talking about editing the file in Adobe InDesign.